Well, everybody, welcome back once again to the channel. We're in the dark. I blew out a light bulb, so you're going to see what you see of me. But anyway, before we get started, welcome to the channel. Welcome to JJPB. Make sure you got your drinks. Let's see, I got mine right there. Not a sponsor, by the way. Make sure you got your snacks and all together. Today, let me grab my phone. I created this together because I wanted to talk about this. And the reason why I wanted to talk about this was because Intel just launched their Core 5 and Core 7 250K plus and the 270K plus. And you're wondering about the title of the video. If I built an Intel 270K plus system, here's what happens. The whole idea of this is we're going to go on a little bit of an adventure to PC Part Picker, and we're going to see if we can put together a system that's with reasonable pricing. Now, there's going to be, at the end, I'm going to explain to you why this is hard for me to recommend this right now, but I'll tell you at the end. So you're going to have to stick around and find out. And also, too, make sure you hit the subscribe button and keep me busy, which it does. The more we get, the more we keep busy. So let's go to the action screen and see what we got cooking. Okay, now we made it to the action screen. PC Part Picker is the best place to, if you want to do research and put together a PC, this would be the easiest and most inexpensive way before you decide to pick your parts to put together to build your system. Now, you can also use this if you want to put together like a pre-built PC and try to look and see if you can find one that matches it or get close to it, or, you know, price check it. PC Part Picker is the place to go. Even though they don't sponsor the channel, we use it, and it's a great site, and I tip my hat to them. So let's start with how you start off in the beginning. Is you type in your PCPartPicker.com, then you'll come up to here, then you'll hit Builder, and then start off with your CPU, right? So we're going to filter this out a little bit. Show more options. Let's see if they give the Core Plus. They got the Core Ultra. I don't think they do. So let's type in 270K. There it is. So we're going to add that to our list. We're going to do the 270K plus for today. And then next time we'll do the 250K plus. So now we're going to hit the CPU cooler. A lot of people were asking about the CPU cooler. I'm going to tell you, I would go with MSI, because I'm on MSI right now. Okay. Let's see. Mine is the A. Well, hold on. I'm gonna have to pause for a moment and be right back. After we got done pausing, it's the MSI Core Liquid, the Core Liquid A13 360. Okay, so we do the Core Liquid A13 right here. That's for $79. Not too bad. Okay, so now we're going to choose a motherboard. They're going to give us a listing of motherboards. They got the Maximus, but I'm not going to spend $1,000 on a motherboard. So we're going to go from the lowest to the highest price. Let's see. Now, the ones that they don't have available, we're not going to be looking for them. We're going to be looking for the availability of what we can find right now. So I'm not an ASRock fan. I'm sorry, guys. I'm not. Let's see. Let's type in X890. Huh. We'll just type in 890 then. See, it's going to take a little bit of a... Looks like they don't got any 890s. Okay, Z890, my bad. Okay. So we switched it from lowest to highest. And we got the Z890. They had the AYW. That's white. Asus Prime Z890M plus Wi-Fi. No. You got the ROG Strix Z890A Wi-Fi for $209. I'm gonna tell you, I'm not. No. I'm surprised MSI don't have anything in here. I am surprised MSI don't have anything in here in the cheap section. So, they got the Pro Art. That's $450, but this is supposed to be budget. We're supposed to be doing budget. So, I guess the best budget they got is the Z890A gaming Wi-Fi. I guess we'll have to go with that one. It's a white motherboard. I'm sure they got it in black, so we're not going to worry about that. Choose memory. This is going to be a tough one. We know it's going to be DDR5. We're going to be looking for two 16 gig sticks. And let's see, what else do we need to do to this? Cache latency. We'll keep it at a 30. Yeah. That pretty much will narrow it down for us to like 6,000. Okay. Now the best price they got. Silicon Power. They got Patriot Viper Elite. I don't think I want to spend like $400 for RAM. I guess that'll have to do. Silicon Power Value Gaming. Okay, so choose my storage. This is going to be another thing. I'm just going to go with, let's see. I'm just going to go with wow. The 980 Pro that I got is 2 terabytes. This is 1 terabyte, and they're out of stock. So we could do, oh, that's, no. We want to do M.2 4.0x4. So we want to stay in that realm. They got the Samsung 990, but that's too expensive. Let me go lowest to the highest. And let me move the capacity. Well, they got it at 8 gigabyte. No. Let me move the capacity up. Wow. Let me move the capacity down. Out of stock. Well, Silicon Power U90, that's not too bad. But I'm not a fan. Well, I could be a fan, but A king spec. Let me go back up to the top. It's 250. They got Clev Crest, the 910. That's 980 Pro with heat sink. No, I couldn't do that. It's kind of hard to decide here, guys. You know, it's really hard to decide because I know the brand I like. But I really don't want to, you know, if I'm going to put a system together, I guess I'm left with, you know, something that might be within the price range. So let's do the U90 right here. Just a starter, because it's supposed to be a budget build, and basically that's a part of the budget. So, and we got to get the case. We want a budget case. Let's see. Let's have a peek at this. Okay. Now we have to be well aware it has to be a 360 millimeter on top. Radiator support 360 millimeter. So yeah, it would support it. So yeah, that would be a good one. Yeah, that would be a good one for 59 bucks. But like I said, when you're shopping, I'm just going to use this as a demo for right now, so we can see what you could put together for a certain price. I mean, you would want one with fans in it. So let me see. The Y6. Yeah, because the motherboard we picked is white. So there we go. So this does come with fans, but it doesn't state it. So, but yeah, this would be a good choice for 70 bucks. So, power supply. Let's see. We're a budget. We're being on a budget here. So, let's see. Yeah, I wouldn't. We'll just go to all, and we'll set the parameters. 80 plus gold. Yeah. And we'll see from lowest to highest. Tough Power GX2, 600 watt. No. No, I don't like that brand. Beggars can't be choosers, I know, guys. No. If you're going to get a good brand, I would recommend going with a good brand. So we can do this one right here. The Be Quiet Pure Power 12. A lot of people are using those. It's an 850 watt power supply. Operating system, you can get an operating system anywhere you want. You can get them for you can get it on CDK deals and stuff for like $22, $23. So I really won't worry about it. Just remember, budget $25 in for the operating system, because you can download it for free from Microsoft. Now, you probably already have a monitor. We're not going to add that into the equation. Now, this right here, even with the mail-in rebate, is $1,247, $1,248. And that's just a full new build. Okay, that's a full new build. That's not including the video card. Now, I'm just going to grab off the keel of this. And I'm going to say the 9070 XT for $700. You could do that, or you could do a 9060 XT, or you could do a 5060 Ti, but that'll probably be a better range. Or you can do a Arc B580, which, you know, I'd rather you guys stay within a good range. They got a 5070 Ti 60. Well, can't get that either. So, okay. Within a budget range. Okay. It's hard to decide. Graphics card wise, me, I got a 4070 with 12 gigabytes of VRAM. Now, you could probably find 5070s all day long for a cheap price. Now, if you want 16 gigabytes of VRAM for your graphics card, then probably go with the 9060 XT. It's a good little gamer. That's a 2-fan. So let's see if we can find something. Let's see. Let's just do a 9060 XT. And go from the cheapest to the... These are all 9060 XTs. So, they got an XFX Swift OC that's got 8 gigabytes of VRAM. Okay, let's move the bar a little bit. They got an XFX Swift for $449. They got an ASRock Challenger OC. We said budget, so we're going to try to do the budget. We'll do that one. So, here's the price. $1,687.97. Guys, I'm gonna state one thing to you. I'm not going to beat around the bush with the prices, okay? These are the prices that are at hand right now. They're outrageous prices. Now, if I were to put this system together back before they started all this drama, I guarantee the system would be at least $400 cheaper. $400 cheaper. So it would be around $1,200, $1,300. Now it's approaching $1,700. And, you know, I mean, unless you're going to want to do something really, really cheap. But to me, I wouldn't go any cheaper when it comes to the gaming part. I mean, I put the 270K plus with this. I put the 9060 XT with 16 gigabytes of VRAM. Okay, up to date, everything's up to date when it comes to the hardware. I mean, it would look like a really, really good system, I would think. It would look like, to me, I think it would look like a really, really good system. But, be honest with you, yeah, let me fix my microphone. That's too expensive for me. Way too expensive. Because I know my system costs way less than that. But you got close to the best budget graphics card that you can get. I know it's AMD, but you can go NVIDIA. I mean, you can make that choice. Go a couple $100 more and go NVIDIA. But I'm just trying to put together a build with the 270K plus to see what I would come up with. Okay, now if it was the 250K plus, then that would knock off $100 from the bottom line. So it would be less than $1,600. I'm not going to beat around the bush. I mean, it is what it is. What can you do about it? You can go cheaper than that. I mean, but most of your CPUs right now in AM5 or, DDR5 are going to be expensive. Now you can go DDR4, but that's another adventure. I mean, I have a DDR4 system and I have an AM4 5700X system with 64 gigs of RAM, system RAM, and whatever graphics card I want to put with it. And I have my creating system here, which has got the 4070 and it's got 32 gigs of DDR5 with the 9700X. I mean, but I was wondering about, this processor. But you know what we're going to do? Let's say you already got all this, right? Let's say you already have the power supply. So you take out the power supply. Let's say you already have a case. Take out the case. Let's say you already have the graphics card. Okay. You already have the M.2. Let's say you already have the RAM. Let's say you already have the CPU cooler. Now, what are you left with? The 270K plus and the motherboard. How much is that? $560. Now, if you went with the 250K plus, that would knock that down $100. So that would be $460 just for those two pieces. For $460, if I had to modify my system, right? If I had to modify my system, pull out the RAM and everything else and put the 270K in, yeah, it would cost me $560 more to change the platform. That's all I would have to do is change the platform. I got a good graphics card and everything else. I have all the SSDs I need. I have all the RAM I need. I have everything else I need. Let's say you're stuck in that same system with the pre-built system, right? And it's a DDR5 pre-built system, and you want to change the motherboard and the CPU. This would be a good way to do it. You could probably use a good air cooler with it as well if you don't like AIOs or water cooling. You can always use a good air cooler. There's plenty of good air coolers out there, for a decent price. But all in all, the reason why I told you guys in the beginning, and I told you guys I was going to tell you the reason. There's a couple negative caveats that I'm going to put with this. One, it was just announced that Intel might not be able to ship out all these new processors right away. It's because they're doing the same thing AMD's doing, and they're doing the same thing NVIDIA's doing. They're all doing the same thing, data centers. So if you get your hands on this CPU and the motherboard, and you convert your system, and you make it into one hell of a system, then you know what? I think the 270K Plus would rock. If the BIOS and the motherboard set correctly, if you have everything all tuned just right with the new binary program they got, everything else, it would be a hell of a system. I mean, I would be totally impressed with it, truthfully. Because if it's meeting and exceeding the 9700X, but there's one problem. 9700X, now let's go back to the action screen. See, there's something I wanted to show you guys. Right here, the 9700X with an Asus TUF Gaming B850 Plus Wi-Fi AM5 motherboard, $497. Now, if we look over here, that's $560. So getting the calculator out, we take 560 and we're going to go and we're going to look at this one right here. 497, so we minused it from 497. You save $63. And this is not a bad motherboard neither. It's got 20 gigabits per second Type-C. I know mine's got it too, so $497. Cheap price. Good motherboard. Okay, because if you look at the 9700X, it's $265. Now, if we're looking at the 270, they're charging $350. So, price-wise, see, you got $350 for the Intel, but you got $265 for the AMD. $85 difference. $85 difference. So you ask yourself, for the 2 or 3% more performance on, and that's what the 270 with 2 or 3% more performance, is it worth $85? Is it worth the $85? I don't think so. That's just my opinion. So now you guys know, and somebody asked me to do this tonight. They asked me on the phone, Jay, you need to do a PC part picker build and show everybody what they're getting for those new Intel processors. And I said, all right, you're right. I should show everybody. Now, I'm going to tell you like this. Performance-wise, I'm going to go with the 9700X. Because motherboard and CPU-wise, better deal. Way better deal. Ah, that's good. That is good. Iced energy. But anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed me taking you through this little walk in memory lane of what was just recently launched yesterday. So, this is the end of the video, and if you enjoyed it, and I hope you did, leave your comments down below. Hit that subscribe button. Keep me motivated. And I'm going to tell you guys that every time at the end of every video. But anyway, that's just my 2 cents for today, and we'll see you on the next one.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you want
wanna play tough